heard about the location change and y'all made it here tonight. Wonderful, wonderful to see you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to tonight's super secret underground celebration of Plan V. I am your host, Vanna Madrigal. She, her. Some of you know me as Mama V. I will be facilitating this here Coochie-Nanny tonight. A very warm welcome to everyone joining us in our full sensory bubble. And of course a digital book to all you up in the Zeit Gallery. Wonderful to see so many familiar faces. Hi. Oh, Maria. Bonjour, Monique. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, Summer's here. Hi, Summer. Oh, namaste, Sanjik. We have people zapping in tonight from all over Mama Earth. Yeah. Oh, my wife Abby is here. Hi. I am broadcasting to you live from a full sensory fold in what will hopefully remain an undisclosed location. Please click your devices. We've had some unpleasant run-ins with the censorship rules. Now, here in the full sensory fold, here you hold my cough drops. In the full sensory fold, despite a somewhat added risk, we have the enormous privilege of not only being able to see each other and hear each other. You can hear me okay back there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you good? Okay. But we can. Oh, this room is fragrant with pheromones. I am smelling some delicious homegrown humans out there. And best of all, we can reach out and touch each other. We can tap into that universal flow of oxytocin. I tell you what, if you came here tonight with someone you have a pre-existing touch relationship with, or if you're feeling brave, a stranger, reach out and give them a little squeeze. With consent, of course. Yeah, squeeze. Yeah, so that those people joining us online live through us like yeah, squeeze. No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Good with consent. I love your boundaries. Excellent. Oh, and for those of you who are chomping at the clit to start tasting each other, we have a Cunnilingus Connoisseurs class coming up this weekend. Give me twinkle fingers if it's your very first time at Plan V gathering. Okay. We have some virgins in the house. Oh, if you find yourself here tonight, it's most likely because someone trusts you enough to invite you in to the and we just ask that you honor that trust by keeping our location confidential. I'm going to have to ask Abby to bail me out again. Now, the most important thing for you is that here at Plan V, everything is an invitation. You are always at choice. So if you need to close your eyes and take a little break, or turn off the camera, go get a cup of tea, that's not being rude. That is listening to your body's wisdom. You know, our bodies are leaving us little voice messages all day long. And when we stop and listen, that builds trust. That's how we learn how to self-regulate. That's like going steady with yourself. And you know what's even better? Co-regulation. That is why we dance. It's why we sing. It's why we hold hands. It's why we make sweet love. And it is why we start every Plan V gathering with what we lovingly call the pussy breath. Yeah? Oh, and in this instance, when I said pussy, I mean it as generic for all genitals. Yeah? Kind of like how mankind stands for all humans. Yeah? So penis people, you are encouraged to join in. And the reason we start with the pussy breath is it's just a way to slow down, get present, and tap into that inner wisdom. Yeah? So we're going to start with a hand on the heart and a hand on the pussy. Now, if you have any residual leftover shame about putting your own hand on your own body part, or if you're just uncomfortable for whatever reason, that's okay. Just leave your hands in your laps. And we're going to take a long, slow, deep breath in all the way down. And then we're going to hold that breath, and we're going to squeeze those inner pussy muscles, also known as kegels. There you go, yes. And do you know what happens when you squeeze your kegels? Your body produces testosterone. Isn't that wonderful? In all genders. Yeah. And you know what testosterone does? It lubricates your rib. It juices the fruit. It gives you a little emotional bone. So we're going to hold, we're going to squeeze, and then we're going to exhale out loud all together as one. That's the co-regulation part. Yeah. And the reason we do it out loud is it's a reminder that here at Plan V, pleasure is allowed. Pleasure is welcome. Pleasure shared is pleasure. There you go! As soon as you hear the very first person start to exhale, we're all going to exhale together, okay? You ready? You're ready. Okay, hand on heart, hand on pussy. Here we go. Deep breath in. And hold it. And squeeze. 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 Really juice that fruit. Come on, squeeze. Squeeze. We are magnetizing testosterone. We are putting the moan in hormone. Let it all go. Just let it all go completely. Now see if you can notice any little glimmers of pleasure. Maybe it's your bottom as you wiggle down into the seat, or it's the feeling of your nipples getting hard. Whatever. That is how we honor the second fundamental. Pleasure is a gift. Our body, thank you. Amen. Yeah. It's our bodies. They're like little drug dealers, aren't they? But instead of pushing cortisol and adrenaline, we are pumping testosterone and oxytocin. We are trading stress and anxiety for bonding and arousal. Okay, got a little more juice in your caboose? Yeah? Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to Plan V. Now V is, of course, stands for both vagina, that's the U, as well as vulva, that's the M. But since we still don't have a great word in English for the whole kit and caboodle, including the clitoris, the ovaries, the cervix, and the uterus, here at Plan B, we say pussy. Now, there are words in other languages. Some people love yoni. In the UK, we have many fans of fanny. You are welcome to use whatever word resonates for you. And regardless of your genitals, your gender, or your genetics, everyone is welcome at Plan V. Yeah? We are a diverse bunch, but we are united by what we have in common. We all come from pussy. Every single one of us. We grew inside the womb. Yeah? We are all descended from the matrilineal line. We all share the mighty X chromosome. Which is why we like to say, if you have an X chromosome, you belong. It's a science joke for you. We carry it, we share it, we honor it, we revere it, which is why the first fundamental is pussy is life. Yeah! I am talking about the Holy Trinity. Pussy as anatomy. The vagina, the vulva, clitoris, the ovaries, the cervix, the mighty uterus. But I am also talking about spiritual pussy. Inner pussy. That desire we all have to create, to make, to grow. Big pussy energy. And I am talking about mythical pussy. The great cosmic coat. The primordial pore. Now this might make some of you uncomfortable. Maybe you were raised in a he-him religion that didn't you've never seen the miracle of a pussy giving birth. you leave, we just ask you to do so quietly. And please don't disclose our location. But I hope you'll stay. Because we are here tonight to celebrate pussy. We are here to honor her, to help heal her, to listen and learn from her, to pay her our respects. We are here to liberate ourselves from the persistent myth that pussy is merely a receptacle, a vehicle of conception. You know what that is? That's a myth conception. They try and tame us, shame us, contain us, and control and correct us. And do you know why? Because pussy is the source of incredible power. Right? Now, some people use that power to grow new humans. But we can all tap into that power to grow humanity. Because once you know how, every single one of us has the power to pussy power activate, form of compassion, form of empathy, form of quality you. That's my favorite goal. Pussy is the antidote to apathy. And that is why pussy's got patriarchy's panties in a twist. Because once people discover their own power, they start shedding the shame. And they start coming together. They start talking. And that is exactly what happened with Plan B. Oh, okay, now for the newcomers, let me give you a little bit of history. The very first Plan B gathering took place on V-Day 2020 on what was then called Zoom. Now, V-Day was started in 1998 by our matron saint Eve Ensler, now V, as a movement to end violence against women and girls. And this original group of pussy havers, they got together on Zoom for the express purpose of talking about pussy. Now, I know it sounds simple, but back then, it was kind of unheard of. And they started inviting their friends, and it started to grow. And one of the reasons I think it was so powerful was because it came right on top of the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement really unlocked the floodgates, right? Finally, we started talking about all the trauma, all the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad, unwanted sex going on. And believe me, there was a backlog. The Me Too movement gave us a container for our pain. But what about our pleasure? Plan B grew out of the need to share our joy as well as our grief. And when people talk about those early years, especially after they opened it up to all genders, it was like a pussy renaissance. It was like a golden age of pussy. There were books, there were TED Talks, there were TikToks, there were Reels and Reddits, there were Netflix specials. It was like finally we were getting a glimmer of what is possible when pussy feels safe. But there was a backlash brewing. And in 2022, the U.S. Supreme Court reversed Roe v. Wade and tried to drag us back into the dark ages. And then, in 2025, the U.S., once considered by some to be a leader in democratic freedom, began the descent into madness. And the world watched as the U.S. flirted with fascism. Some people refer to this terrible time as the Great Uncoupling. The U.S. and Canada, the U.S. and Mexico, the U.S. and pretty much every sane country. And then there was the rise in censorship. Female nipples outlawed, the word pussy banned, certain kinds of sexuality criminalized. It's no wonder so many people just gave up on sex entirely, just went celibate. Do you remember this? There was the no sex strikes at 26. There was the 4B movement out of South Korea spread across the globe. The no holes, you're barred continued. Well, I believe the go fuck yourself movement got its start right here. And everyone was miserable. Global markets tanked, populations plummeted. The entire nation of Canada went elbows up. Taylor and Travis wrote They needed something hopeful. And Plan B's just started popping up in everybody's feeds. What? It turns out, this whole push was orchestrated by AI. No, there wasn't many people's bingo cards. But AI had determined that if humanity were to survive, sex had to become great again. And in order for sex to be great, people need to feel safe. Trauma has to be healed. We need to come together. Literally. And for the first time in generations, maybe ever, finally, female safety and sovereignty is being prioritized. Which is not to say that men and non-binary people are left out in the cold. Far from it. Because you are good to mama. Mama is good to you. It turns out female sexual satisfaction is the number one common denominator in global happiness. Yeah. Right? All boats rise with the tide. Lift with the clip. We are in a paradigm shift. Quantum leap, many people thought was not possible. People thought patriarchy was just inevitable, impenetrable. But here at Plan B, we know better. We know what's possible with a little bit of lube and a whole lot of education. And that's why here at Plan B, we have classes, we have workshops, we have weekend retreats, and it is why we continue to gather in public, despite the risk, to talk about pussy. If you had told me 10 years ago I would be up here in front of you proselytizing for pussy, I thought you were pissing peanut butter. Well, no, I was married for 25 years. And the pleasure was not part of the equation. Sex was an obligation. Yeah. A means to an end. Now, their end being my 6 beautiful children and a sense of security. I was raised in a religion that taught me that my body belonged to my husband. That he was the only one who had access. I didn't touch it. I didn't even use tampons. The less I had to do with it, the better. So how did I end up here? Miracles. One night, about 10 years ago, I was sitting with my husband, and we were watching the evening news. And you may remember, back then, all the news was awful. But this one story, it was particularly unholy. It was about a woman in France named Giselle Pellicot. Now, I was raised with original sin. I come from Adam and Eve and the apple and the snake. When I was in high school, I got in trouble because my prom dress showed a little too much bosom. And my daddy called me Jezebel. I couldn't stop thinking about that. Watching Madame Pellicot. Her husband drugged her food. And while she lay in their bed unconscious, he brought in strangers to have sex with her body. 51 men were convicted of rape. My husband said, well, she must have known. Yeah. He called her a Jezebel. She did something extraordinary. She refused to be shamed. She said the shame did not belong to her. Le honte, ce n'est pas à nous de l'avoir. C'est à eux. That's French. And it means put the shame where it belongs. And watching Madame Pellicot, surrounded by all those women at the courthouse, that sisterhood supporting her, it's like I woke up. Like I had been infected with a mind virus, and I was suddenly cured. That sack of shame I'd just been carrying around with me my whole life. It wasn't mine at all. And the funniest thing started to happen. I started getting these feelings. It was almost like hearing voices. And I started to listen. And I started getting curious about my mom. And I started touching myself. Now, this was long before playing video. I was just groping around in the dark. And one night, I put my own finger inside myself for the first time. And I had an epiphany. My body belongs to me. And I didn't want to share. But that did not go over well in my marriage, as you might expect. She called me a Jezebel. Do you know I finally looked up who Jezebel was? She was a queen who worshipped foreign gods and got her hair done. We got a divorce. And that was scary and awful, but I got through it. And one night, I was lying there in my little twin bed, and I gave myself my first orgasm. Possible, but it happened at 53. Any other late bloomers out there? I just lay there in my bed thinking, what else can it do? And that's about the same time someone in my book club told me about playing video. So I went to my first gathering, and they were having a conversation about the third fundamental, which is body sovereignty. And there were all kinds of people there. Kind of people I'd never spent a speck of time with. There was pro-choice people there, and trans people, and sex workers, and death with dignity. There was a whole coalition there to end male circumcision, and we all had this very civilized conversation about something we all agreed on, but we come at from different directions. And that's when I got it. And I started taking all the classes. I started with the fundamentals because you have to. And then I took the Ovaries Owner's Manual. And then I took Pussy Repair and Reparations. That's where I met Abby. Abby was the first person to ever offer me a pussy massage. Yeah. And you know what I did? At first I said, oh, no thank you, I'm not gay. I truly believe that. But Abby explained, she said it's not sexual, it's therapeutic. Did I want to practice? Y'all, I had no idea how much scar tissue I had, both emotional and physical. I had never received without strings attached. Well, it turns out I was wrong about liking the ladies, because about 2 years later, I proposed, and she said yes. And that's when I ran out of classes. So I signed up for the facilitator training. That's about 5 years ago. And since then, I have served as a living altar for so many reparations rituals, or what I like to call Jezebel reclamations. And you know, so many people have told me, men and women, that pussy worship was what brought them into playing video. But it's the stories that keep coming back. The pussy joys and the pussy griefs. Being a part of a community where it feels safe to share. I know that is what has brought many of you here tonight. So let's kick things off with a lightning round of pussy joys. Who's got one? Oh, I do want to say, before we begin, we do prioritize pussy. Okay?
Number one.
Exactly. Now, we love penis. We love penis. And intersex people, you go to the front of the line. But we like to acknowledge that for the last few thousand years, pussy has really gotten the shaft. But now our fourth fundamental is none greater than, none less, together we are blessed. Yeah? Okay. So penis people, we want to hear from you too. Okay? So, who's got a pussy joy? Put up your hand and I will call on you. Oh! I see your hand first, Summer. Yes? Do you want to come up?
Okay, it's Summer, she, her, zaping in from the Tonga Nation, also known as Los Angeles. And I just wanted to share that I have been experimenting with this magical crystal yoni wand, and oh my goodness, it is blowing my mind. And oh, I'm telling you, my pelvis is doing some sacred geometry she has not done in years. Oh, and I 100% recommend this cannabis lube. My pussy is vibing high. So I just want to say, if anyone out there is having a bummer day or just needs a little extra juice, from my pussy to yours, ding!
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks, honey. Thank you for sharing your baked goods. Oh, and for the newcomers, the nipple ding, that's one of the ways we express our joy and we share our gratitude. Yeah. So if you see somebody do the nipple ding, you are invited to ding right along with the dinger. Okay? Do you want to give it a go? Yeah. Okay, how about this? Everybody who wants to, on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding! Okay, who else? Who else has? Oh, I see your hand, Joan. Do you want to come on?
Oh, hello. It's Joan, she, hers. I'm in from London. And I just had to share that the other day I got together with some old chums from uni that I hadn't seen in years. And they couldn't stop gushing about my skin.
Well, you do glow.
They kept saying, what products are you using? And finally, I said, it's not the products, it's the sex. And they said, oh, you've met someone. And I said, well, I've met someone. And I told them all about Plan B. And I said, there's vulva lights running around everywhere, these condoms. And the thing is, you already know, they respect your family. They love to worship, and they'll come over for an hour and then go home. And they thought I was joking. They said, no, it must be Botox. Oh, no, it's a nose in my box. It's so much better than a facelift.
It's so true. It's so true. A paper pussy is the fact to use. I'm 103. Anybody? Oh, Aaron! I didn't even see you come in. Hi, honey. Welcome back. You want to come on?
Hey, hi. Yeah, it's Erin, they, them. I'm zipping in from Winnipeg, Canada. And I just wanted to share that recently I let my partner go down on me for the first time. And I know that might not seem like a big deal to many of you, but I suffer from vulvodynia. So it feels like a pretty big breakthrough. Ding.
Will you frame a definition for those who don't know? Good, thank you. Okay, any of our penis havers have a genital joy you want to share? Anybody? George? Yeah, come on.
Hello, I'm George, him, I've been in from Essex. Big fanny fan here, big fan. I wanted to share that I recently met a lovely lady at my local Plan V, and she has introduced me to her sacred honey pot. Right now, we're just in the eye-gazing stage. I'm hoping we'll move on to kissing soon. She's the prettiest pussy, so plump and moist. I'm a lucky man. Ding!
Thank you, George. She is a lucky lady. Okay, who else has one? Anybody? God, Hank! Honey, I see your hand. You can quit waiting. Hey, try to keep it under 2 minutes, okay?
Howdy, Molly. Howdy, all you people out there mailing each other. I'm Hank. Hee-haw. Outpost man in Texas. Some of you know this story, but about 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Yeah, and I was told I might never have sex again. No, thank you. I'd rather die. Well, cancer called my bluff. Yeah. And I don't mind telling you, I was in a pretty dark place. I was having a pity party with no designated driver. Because what kind of man am I if I can't get home? Then a miracle happened. And I met this woman, she's a human, and she showed me the light. Yeah, and she taught me my penis doesn't have to be the star of the show. That's why Goddess gave me fingers and a tongue. But mostly, she taught me how to listen, how to follow the pussy, and how to slow down. Now, God is blessed if my cock hasn't started springing up again every once in a while. And I'm like, oh, what you pay? But now I know better than to just try and lick it and stick it. Now I ask to see if that's what's wanted. And I'll be yippee-ki-yay, my lady seems to like it. Even if it don't last very long. And if he decides she's on a break, well, I just climb down there between her legs and I show her how much I appreciate her. Ding!
I know she appreciates you too. I know she does. And any other pussy jokes? Anybody? Oh, Mom, I can't tell if you're raising your hand, honey, or just waving one spinning around. Did you want to come on?
Are we doing briefs? Are we on briefs?
No,
It's Monique.
no,
She,
no.
her?
No.
Yes, I've been in from Seattle. Oh, I could use some of that Reiki somewhere. I got a doozy. I am on round 2 of antibiotics for this fucking yeast infection.
That is the worst.
Ilana says, don't say yeast, say floral imbalance. Which makes it sound like I'm putting together some kind of bouquet backwards. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. This thing is just cramping my cream pie. Let me tell you, it is taking a vim out of my V. Can I vent for a minute? You know what I think it is? I think it's the spa at the gym. The sauna? They make you wear a swimsuit, which is just it's like a spa for spores. What kind of patriarchal bullshit is that? Anyway, Lana's been great. She still lets me go down on her even when mine is out of commission. So I still have pussy in my face. I know.
I'm so. Oh. Yeah, your mama's dad gets you stay. Okay. For those who are new, when we hear a story that's uncomfortable or painful, we don't offer unsolicited advice. We just offer a simple affirmation. We got you. She got you. You got you. And truth be told, we no longer share pussy griefs in these public forums, partly because we've had some security breaches. But if you do have a pussy grief or even a gripe, let me just encourage you to find a cohort or even a trusted pussy pal. Okay? And now we are going to dive in to this week's Overmonials. Every week we invite somebody to come on stage or on screen and share their unique pussy journey. And we don't call them testimonials, we call them Overmonials. Yeah? And this week I believe we have Sanjeev and Maria are signed up online, and here in the full sensory fold, you are going to hear from Eleanor. Yeah? Okay. And I will be facilitating the online breakout room from our mobile broadcasting unit, and that transition can take up to a minute. So I just encourage you to sit and visit with your neighbor, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, close your eyes, meditate, and do your kegels. Okay? And I will see you back here for the takeaways. All right? Okay.
Thank you for your patience while your breakout rooms are being secured. We have provided you with a dialogue prompt if you would like to interact with your neighbors. Question: what is your favorite euphemism for pussy?
For our Zeit participants, please enter your favorite euphemism in the chat window.
Okay. I am just getting settled in here. Give me a minute. Okay. All righty. Wiggle into the seat here. Okay. Hey, Claudette, will you run some of these responses? They're hilarious. Orchestra of awesome. That makes you just want to make me laugh. Oh, Vertical Smile, one of my favorites. He's pampered. I love that. Oh, umami maker. That is a good one. Umami maker. Okay. Yeah. All right. We are here. We are ready to go. Okay, my darling. We'll see you back here for takeaways.
Thank you, Mommy. Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be in a full sensory fold. I totally recognize you from the side pirates, yeah? It's so great to see everybody's bottom halves. You have knees. Okay, thank you. I'm Eleanor, she, her. I was kind of a late bloomer. I didn't let anyone near my hoo-ha until I was in college. Not because I was saving it, but because I was ashamed of it. I was just too fleshy, too hairy, too smelly, too gross. I mean, ingrown hairs, discharge, and menstrual blood, to douche or not to douche. Pussy was like 99 problems, and I still couldn't come. But I always wanted to be good at sex. Well, actually, what I wanted was to be a cock whisperer. So I taught myself how to give incredible blowjobs. And I got a lot of practice. My college boyfriend, after receiving like 2 million blowjobs, he did offer to go down on me once. But he told me he would have to marinate it in order to mask the taste. So he went out and he bought a bottle of Boone's Farm strawberry wine, which he then poured over my pussy with my consent. And then he dove in, tongue twirl, like doing the alphabet somewhere in the vicinity of my clitoris, And after about 30 seconds, I was like, oh, I'm coming! And then I got my first yeast infection. And after that, oral sex was decidedly one-sided. I insisted I was not a fan. I was not into it. Not for me. Thank you. But of course, the truth is that I was closed up tighter than a pickle jar. I was so paranoid about the taste. I didn't even like the word. I was like, there's a reason we call it doing the big favor. But I couldn't stop fantasizing about it. And then, in my 30s, I met a connoisseur. His word, yeah. He told me on our first date that he loved to eat pussy. He was like, I'm all about down and out of the way. Talking to the taco. Romance in the skull. I got skills. Which I thought was a little off-putting. I was like, I would never be like, oh, I'm a cock whisperer. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. So then when he asked me out again, I went up to him. And he was as good as his word. He was like a man on a watermelon eating contest. Like a Labrador retriever with a peanut butter cream. Look, I was the honey to his Winnie the Pooh. It was flattering. I married him. And we were together for 6 years. And I tried to love it. I tried so hard, but it was so intense. And I would be like, okay, a little bit less. A little bit less. More or less. And he'd back off for like a minute or two, but then he'd forget, and he'd be right back to, just let me. And one time I tapped out right after he got started, and he looked up and he goes, other women have really appreciated my skill set, so. Clearly, my pussy for both of us. I mean, I tapped out more and more. He offered less and less, and the landscape of our love life. And one day, I was writing my journal, and I happened to flip back, and I noticed that it had been like over 6 months since we had any kind of sex, and I just blurted out. I was like, hey, What's happened to us? Why have we stopped having sex? And he said, I think we stopped having sex because I don't like the way you taste. Oh. I was right. I taste that. Gross. Yeah, and there's no coming back from that in terms of our relationship. There's no amount of showers or therapy that was going to make me feel clean enough. We broke up. And then I made an appointment with a gynecologist to find out what was wrong. And I'm in her office. Like, I'm literally in a chair, right? Like, I have my feet up in the stirrups, and she's got the speculum, thank you, inside of me. And she says, you have a beautiful, healthy vagina. I'll run some tests, but she really looks in pink. Oh, honey, if you're worried about the taste or the smell, a little fishy, you might have had a bout of BV. Oh, BV. Bacterial vaginosis. Super common. A lot of women don't even realize they have it, especially if it's mild. And you can be continually reinfected by your partner's pH. BV? BV! Bad vagina! Bad vagina! Whoa! How am I in my 30s before I learn about BV? What else don't I know about my vagina? Okay, true story. For many years, I thought I needed labiaplasty because my inner labia is longer than my outer labia. Like my minora, not so minor. I have what one boyfriend once called bat wings. And it didn't look anything like any of the pussies I'd seen, which I've only seen in porn. And I might have stayed stuck in this spiral of shame, but a miracle happened. Well, a couple of miracles, actually. The first was, I went to the theater and I saw the vagina monologues. Has anybody else seen that play? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh, so liberating. I learned so much. I learned about squirting. I learned that the vulva and the vagina are totally different things, right? And the clitoris isn't like a little bean. It's like a whole wishbone thingamajiggy. And vulvas come in all different shapes and sizes. There are innies and outies. There is no normal. So the other miracle that happened was that I started, I got my confidence back finally, and I started dating again. And I got on the apps, and I was scrolling, and then I see this picture of a guy eating a peach. And he's got this beard, right? He's got peach juice running down his chin. I didn't even read the bio. I just swiped right. We're a match. So we start texting, and he's funny and charming, so we decide to have a video date. And it turns out he has the most panty-dropping Scottish accent you have ever heard. Any other Outlander fans? Okay. I'm gonna call him Jake. Okay. But what was even more attractive was that he seemed genuinely interested in me. He asked me questions. He asked follow-up questions. And so we decided to get together IRL. So we met for a drink. He was lovely. He was so present. He made eye contact. I love ours. He had a good relationship with his mom. The only downside was he was only in the country for a month. And at the end of our date, he did something fascinating. He asked, okay, I'm gonna mangle the accent, okay? But he asked me my parting preferences. Good as thick for your bio. And I was like, my what? Your bio. I was like, we could hug. And so we hugged. Definitely. So I asked him on the second date, and right in the middle of the date, I just was like, can I kiss you? And he said, Thanks so much for asking. I've been wanting to kiss you all night. And we kissed. And my pussy was like, like an otter pump. That's a joke for the Americans. I think here you call them freezing. Anyway, so then he asked me on a third date to spend the weekend with him at a cabin in the woods. Yeah. But he was really respectful about it. He was like, no expectation, no, we could just have a wee cuddle if you like. Oh, okay. So we go to this cabin and we spend the whole first day hiking. And we're really just getting to know each other, you know, we're just swapping stories and telling about our families. He's full of compliments. He's like, your ass is smashing in those plastic trousers. I was like, my rain pants? Oh, and then we came across these hot springs. And, okay, I'm from the Pacific Northwest. The hot springs are built up like Jasper or whatever. They're more like warm, muddy puddles, right? But we decided we're going to go in, and this means we are going to be naked in front of each other for the first time. So we do that funny thing that people do when you get, like, we gave each other privacy to get naked. You know? We both went off, and I took my clothes off, and then when I got back, he was already in the pool, and he looks up at me, and he goes, welcome, Aphrodite. And then we get back to the cabin, and it's sunset, and the sky is aflame, and we're just like, drunk on the beauty of nature, and super fucking hungry. So we get into the cabin, and we just immediately are like, oh, and we start making out, and we're, going at it, we're like tearing off each other's clothes, but then he stops to go wash his hands.
Yeah.
Yes! I know! And then he lights candles. Oh, and the part I didn't tell you about, okay, there's a bed in the cabin, but it's actually built up into an alcove, it's several feet off the floor. There's stairs that lead up to the bed. So I climb up on the bed, and I was like, oh! I feel like I'm sitting on an altar. And he says, then let me worship. I've been hiking all day. Wearing rain pants. That's like putting a muffin in the microwave. With hot springs, not the same as shower. But he just looks in my eyes, puts his hands on my knees, and says, please love. I promise I'll be really gentle. What a week. Will you tell me what you like? And I go telling you. Just totally, I lose my words. I have no idea what I like. What is ever being called as. He just patiently strokes my thighs, and then he cups my pussy. Like a man taking communion. He goes, you just like to look for the right. Yeah, gorgeous pussy. So different colors and shapes. I love your wee butterfly lips. Look at him. I did. Okay, don't want to get over yourself. Let's just get this over with. Let him please the goddess. What? I look down at my lover, and his mouth hasn't even touched me yet. He's just like hovering there, genuflecting. And he looks up. Your smell is intoxicating. You smell like earth, like soil, like life. Yeah. And the tip of his finger barely brushes my knee. Relax and receive. Okay, I realize, okay, this voices, they're coming from inside of me. And I stop squirting. I stop pulling away. I spread my legs wide. and I listen. Let him worship at the altar. Let him honor the gods. Let him provide the sacred act of service. I am a temple priestess, initiating this young man into the ancient rites of spring. I put my hands on the back of his head. You man. And then, ever so softly, almost imperceptibly, his lips meet. The gentlest of kisses. Yes. I feel my hips rise to meet him. I want more. I want perceptible. And he reads my silent language, and his kisses grow deeper and bolder. I feel like my body has been taken over. No, not my body, but my mind. I am in my body. My body is awash in a kind of pleasure I have never known, but my mind has been hijacked. And all of those fears about the taste and the smell dissolve as he slowly strokes my knee. May I enter you? He slides a finger and begins to slowly stroke my separate spine. Oh. And I begin to undulate. Such a good word, undulate. Just writhing with a kind of abandon I have never known. And he's just holding on for dear life. For dear life in me! Where do you think life comes from? I realize these voices. They're coming from my pussy. I mean, not out of my pussy exactly. It's not like a puppet. Okay. But it's like a channel. Like an oracle. He presses his mouth to my clit and begins to gently suck. I lose what is left of my mind. I press my pussy harder into his face, unfazed by the fact that he is now enveloped by my taste, my smell, and pubic hair. Can he breathe? I don't care! Those thoughts are gone! All that comes out of my mouth. Yes! We are with you. Now you know. You understand. Isis, Inanna, Ishtar. All of these goddesses start to speak, or like, I don't know, exude through me, telling me that I am connected to my ancestors. Tara, Maya, Gaia, Mary. Telling me that I am courageous. I am powerful. Shakti Quetzal, Sheila Nagik, Shakti, Aphrodite. They tell me to take this message back to humanity. Reverence is the medicine. Reverence is the healing. Oshun, Pele, Beyonce! Holy fuck! My pussy is a portal! As I gaze at my lover in the candlelight, looking for all the world like a glazed donut. And then I give him the best blowjob of his life. And you know what he says? You're a cock whisperer. And I just couldn't help myself. I was like, so, how did you learn? Who taught you? And he says, Plan B. I first heard about it on Instagram. You know, I was raised Protestant, but when I heard about pussy worship, that made a hell of a lot more sense. Or maybe you could say, I was saved. Oh, okay. I guess that's my time. Oh, sorry, I hope I didn't go over. Thank you everybody so much for listening to my Ogomonial. I would love to hear yours. And I will see you back here for the takeaways.
Ellen, can you hear me? It's Mama V. Yeah, we have a little situation happening right here. Can you take on the takeaways for me? Thank you, sweetheart. We'll be right back. You're looking for a solution right now. All is well. Okay.
Well, I have to go. Okay, well, the takeaways are just where people share what they learned or what you appreciated or takeaway. Anybody have a takeaway they want to share? Oh, I guess I call on people. Do you have, hey, did you have,
I gotta say, I always learn something coming here, and tonight was no exception. Really gave me something to chew on. And I appreciated so much Sanjeev's share, because I used to feel like that. Like pussy was like a video game, and you could somehow figure it out. You could learn all the different levels.
Unsafe.
Hey, I'm not sure how to get that. Mama, there's a thing happening.
I'm sorry, honey. They have triangulated the location of the full sensory fold. I am doing my damnedest to create a diversion.
Violation. Unallowed. Unsafe.
Prepare and protect the full sensory fold.
Unsafe. Violation. Violation. Unallowed. Unsafe. Violation. Warning. Violation. Unallowed.
Get your nervous system, honey. Use your tools.
Participants have been identified. Violation. Unallowed. Violation. Unallowed. Unsafe. Violation. Warning. Violation. Unallowed. Unsafe. Violation. Warning.
How dare they tell us what we can and cannot talk about?
Unallowed. Unsafe. Violation. Warning. Violation. Unallowed.
Conviction, form of Kali! It's not for us to have shame! It's for the laws of the God and the Lord! It's for them!
Because we threaten them with life. We are going to jam the system with miracles.